What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to the next episode of It's Better Than You Think. Today I did want to take a look at a pretty underrated rocket launcher, the Pyrophobia. Now, I said I was going to cover this because recently I have seen a lot of people crapping on it, and it's pretty similar to the Kerblaster. It's not a world beater, it's not a top tier option, but it's definitely viable, and it's definitely a fun off-meta weapon to play around with. Now, this weapon has a bunch of drop sources. It drops from that secret boss in the Halloween DLC at a 33% rate. Clipped Keeper Clark, I think is his name. It also drops from Incinerator Clayton at a 10% rate, I think, and it even has a small chance to drop from Hyperius. I've got most of mine from Hatterax. Hatterax is an excellent farm, guys. I would really recommend investing some time to learn how to farm him, because he's a great way to get a lot of stuff like that as well, if it can drop as a world drop. But we'll go ahead and compare the Pyrophobia to the non-unique version here. You can see they have equal parts, but the Pyrophobia has better damage and reload speed. But the Pyrophobia also constantly releases novas as it explodes, or as it goes through the air. You want to avoid the mallow-on parts that will speed up rocket speed for this, obviously. I'll put up a display on screen. I believe that's the sight and the exhaust, and maybe... I know the mallow-on grip does not increase projectile speed, but like I said, I'll put up a display that shows everything that does. There's also an accessory that will increase rocket speed, so of course you want to avoid all that stuff. Now, I'm not using a perfect version here. Obviously, with a mallow-on grip, it would be better. Of course, with rocket launchers are like your get-out-of-jail-free card in this game, guys. Anytime you have a difficult enemy, or you're in a hairy situation, or you're about to bleed out, the rocket launcher is what can save you. And it's balanced by having a very low ammo pool, right? So I'm going to be kind of limited by that low ammo pool, since I'm actually just going to be using this, you know, as my weapon, like my full weapon, right? But it does only consume 1 ammo per shot, and for the amount of damage it does, that's really, really nice. You can see all those extra launchers, all those extra novas going off there. Now, one thing to keep in mind is if you shoot this and then walk forward, you can actually hurt yourself, so be careful of that. And I am going to use the Big Boom Blaster to try to get some rocket procs back here. Hopefully that'll help us. I may end up having to call this one early if I run out of ammo too quickly, but we'll see. So for only consuming 1 ammo per shot, it deals a lot of damage. Firebone Legendary Soldier. This weapon does benefit from both Pure Splash, I think it's 75%, and I think it only benefits from Grenade Splash at 25%. I'll also show that on screen. So not a massive improvement with the Grenade Splash. I'm sure this weapon is good on Krieg as well. Pretty much any weapon that gets those Pure Splash bonuses, Krieg can use pretty effectively. And I think Krieg also has fire boosting skills as well. But alright, we'll go ahead and get started here. Like I said, I may have to call this one a bit early, we'll see. Alright, and you want to keep some distance between you and the enemies. Oh, that is not what I meant to do at all. And that just bounced off him, so we're at a really awkward start here. Okay, so that guy got slagged. So yeah, you can see really excellent damage for 1 ammo per shot when you can get multiple novas there. And if you can get enemies bunched up, it's nice as well. So he got unslagged. Obviously, fire damage deals less damage to shields, so if you can, try to strip the shields with the Pimpernel first. I'm gonna go ahead and buy some more ammo. Okay, so I got off to a pretty bad start here. Let's try to redeem ourselves in this next room. I've also used the Pyrophobia pretty effectively on Zero. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Alright, so now let's actually try to get our turrets up there. If I can get enemies aggroed on them, I should be able to deal some good damage to them. Oh, I might die here. A barrel blew up next to me, I think. So we have to try to get my health back up. Oh, but my hearts are going to my turrets. Off to a really bad start here. Oh, there we go. That got him. I think that got stuck on the terrain. Oh, there we go. Wow, that killed him. Strip the shield with the Pimpernel. There we go. Alright, see how much damage it does against this Bone Crusher here. Oh, I wasn't paying attention at all. And that guy got me. Alright, so let's get back up here, get our turrets out. See what we can do with the Pyrophobia. Yeah, really nice damage. Didn't expect it to one-shot that guy. Try to strip his shield. I really like the being able to stand behind your turret shields there. Oh, I don't know how it's going to do against this ironclad lunatic, because they're only weak to fire if you can crit them. Yeah, it's not doing very much to him. Yeah, do I have something to deal with him? Since it can't crit, well, I guess we'll just have to do the corrosive fastball. So yeah, not going to be good for those guys, so something to keep in mind. But, you know, every weapon doesn't have to be good at everything, in my opinion. Kind of dropping off against this guy as well. There we go. I'm really close to the ammo vendor. I'm going to go get some more ammo. Obviously, that is the biggest limiting factor for rocket launchers, but you wouldn't normally be using only a rocket launcher as your primary weapon, right? Alright, let's try to play a little bit better so I can actually... There we go. Yeah, so it can actually one-shot some of these guys. So got a dot on me. Go ahead and take this turret out, because those things can kill you through health gate. Okay, got a bomber coming here. Try to throw our turrets up here. Then when enemies get really close to you, it could be a problem, but actually went ahead and took them out. Get this guy slagged up. Yeah, really nice. When you can actually get multiple novas to hit him, it's doing pretty good damage. And even at a long range, too. So for consuming 1 ammo per shot, that's very nice. And especially when enemies are bunched up together, it's gonna really excel. When they're behind cover, let's see if I can actually hit this guy behind cover. Strip his shield. We'll see how it does. Oh yeah, yeah, so it can even get enemies behind cover because of those novas. Okay, let's not get overwhelmed here. I also skipped the skill that increases fire rate because I didn't think I would just want to be spamming shots out of this thing. This guy's really irritating me. I really wish those auto picked up. I think Borderlands 3 makes them auto pick up, which is a really great change. I don't think he was slagged. No, he wasn't. But we'll go ahead and take him out. Alright, this guy has been irritating the hell out of me, so let's go ahead and take him out. Really, it took all of that to slag him, dude. Seriously? So we got another ironclad lunatic. Again, they are weak to fire if you can crit them, but if you can't crit them, they're weak to corrosion. And since this weapon cannot crit, it's obviously not going to do great against him. So, a little bit unfortunate in that sense. But that's what the fastball's for. And I believe that rockets do not drop as weighted ammo. I don't think you can get weighted drops for rocket ammo. This might be our final room here. We'll see. But yeah, very good. I mean, I don't know. Very good. Might be pushing it, but it's definitely a good weapon. It's definitely viable. We get him to aggro on the turret. Go ahead and take him out. Alright. So we'll see if we can take this big guy out. Alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's a very viable weapon. Especially, it does have some nice utility, being able to hit those enemies behind cover and stuff. So we may have enough ammo to take on, oh yeah, we're gonna run out of ammo before we take out Mad Mike. So again, that is not really a downside of the weapon itself, that is more a downside of rocket launchers, which is done in an attempt to balance them, right? Like, they're incredibly strong, but they have a very low ammo pool that cannot be, you can't get weighted drops, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think this more than proves that this is a very good weapon under the right circumstances. It's like I said, I'm pretty sure it's going to excel on. Oh, I allowed an enemy to spawn behind me. Didn't see him there. That's where you end up dying whenever you don't know you're surrounded. But yeah, I'm sure this would be really good on Krieg too. I've used it on Zero. It's pretty good on Zero as well. For Mai, it might be nice because she could bunch enemies up with her action skill, right? With Converge, and then get all those Novas going off. could be pretty good. And see, it's fully capable of one-shotting Bone Crushers, which are pretty tough enemies. And that is our last shot, and it did take that guy out. So, not going to be able to press forward here, again, due to the ammo limitations of rocket launchers. But yeah, you can see a very strong weapon when supported with the proper build. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. And yeah, I really appreciate the channel members. Shout out to you guys. Super extra special thanks to Leg and Weirdna for bringing a Veracity Slayer. But yeah, guys, have a good day. Hope to see you next time.